Hi lovelies and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. All right, lovelies, let's dive in today's video.
So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this pan-colored woman is all out for all pan-colored women that decided to go out or date a black. She shared her son's experience and actually warned pan-colored women never to use their tears to put these black men in trouble. And I was able to put up her stage and some of other people stitched her video. I'm just gonna roll it. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section and let's dive into it.
If you are a white woman and you are dating, in love with, married to a black man, I want you to listen up. There are certain things that you need to know, and I don't think this is spoke about enough, but the most dangerous thing in this world are the tears of a white woman. And if you truly love the black man that you are with, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, including protecting him from yourself. And what do I mean by that? My son was dating a white woman. My son is biracial. They got into an argument in public, and she started to scream and cry. And my son immediately left the scene. She was outraged. She couldn't believe my son left. My son left because my son knew that if he stayed there and this woman was crying and screaming at him, a black man, there was not going to be any questions asked. He was going to be thrown to the ground. He was going to go to jail. It was not going to be any questions asked because this white woman was crying and screaming about him. Now, I'm sure this female may have been hurt. Her feelings was hurt. She was a little emotional. However, when you are dating a black man and you're a white woman, you need to understand that sometimes your fucking feelings and your emotions have to take a fucking back seat to not cause harm to the person you are dating, that you love, that you are married to. And I'm not telling you that if you are truly in fucking danger, not to get help. But if you're just emotional, you're just pissed off, and you want to scream and hoop and holler, in public is not the time. Because that can turn out very deadly for the black man that you claim to love so much, whether you realize it or not. If you were just dating a white man and you were yelling, nobody would really pay any attention to that shit. But when people see a white woman and a black man and you're screaming, all hell will break loose. Because when white women cry, everybody responds. Even if the shit is stupid, even if it's frivolous, even if it's a lie. The most deadliest thing in this world are white women tears. I have said this time and time again, and I learned this very, very early in life. I grew up in the projects. I was raised by two wonderful black women that helped my mother raise me. So I know what I have witnessed, what I have experienced, and I know for a fact of what I speak. I learned very early in life that I could be a voice for my friends and my family because people would listen to me far more than they would listen to them. And if you listen to anything I have ever said to you on this app, If you are a white woman and you are dating a black man, you are in love with a black man, you are married to a black man, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, even if it is protecting him from you. Handle that shit at home if you are not in danger.
Example of the danger of white woman tears. One Twitter user wrote, "White women have historically used their tears and their false victimhood to accuse and vilify people of color, particularly those from the black community. This trend is showing the ability to falsify emotions and manipulate others. This has a dangerous history." The concept of white women victimizing themselves is not new. Many TikTok users commented on the case of Emmett Till. Till was a 14-year-old black child, pictured here, who was lynched in 1955 after he was accused of offending a white woman. Recently, many people saw this woman, Amy Cooper, call the police on a black man birdwatching in Central Park. White women are often dangerous perpetrators of anti-blackness. Many see themselves as exempt from perpetuating violence because of their womanhood. However, many white women use this femininity to cause problems for black individuals. When thinking and talking about white woman tears, Dr. Moya Bailey's Misogynoir Transformed, and the essay Mammies, Matriarchs, and Other Controlling Images by Dr. Patricia Hill Collins are helpful reads. The concept of white woman tears is convoluted because it's layered. One must reflect on the historical context, the racial context, and the gender context, as well as how these three work together to create unique violence against black people. If you are in a situation where you as a white person feel threatened, interrogate that feeling and ask yourself where it's coming from. Are you really being threatened, or are you being held accountable and it's uncomfortable? Emotion regulation is anti-racist work. If you cannot regulate your emotions, you don't have the capacity to hear the stories of other people, specifically people of color.
This is a really disturbing trend I'm seeing, where white women will show how good they are at faking tears, and I think it's such a dangerous tool. You know, like, I've had a lot of white women just say really, maybe unintentionally transphobic things at me, and it sets off this gender dysphoria, and I try to talk to them about it. I try to talk to other people, and they just cry, and and everyone just believes them because they want to protect the white women, you know. And this is horrible, and I just really want them to know that I can probably do this better than they can. So, you know, knock it off. Don't make me use this. People are more protective of me than even you. I'm a triple minority. I will have you canceled in 5 seconds. So
most of us are moved by white tears because we don't actually think they're real. It's a performance. It's a switch that you turn on because you know that we have been socialized to see you as more human and of more value. So whatever it is you think and whatever it is you feel, we are supposed to respond to it. Y'all don't respond to black women crying the same way. Nobody does. Nobody does. The minute a white woman cries, the world has to stop. Oh my God, what's wrong with you, baby? Black women cry, we could be rolling around on the ground screaming. And you are moved because you've been socialized not to see us as human beings. Fuck. Our tears don't matter to you, but a white woman, and y'all know that shit. That's why I'm not here for the fragility. You know that. And so you very deliberately turn the shit on as a way to avoid accountability. Purposefully. That's not fragility. That's manipulation. That's strategic. That's diabolical. That's not fragility. And so this notion of white fragility is supposed to tell us what? We're supposed to let you off the hook because you can't handle it? No, you don't want to. And every time we hold your feet to the fire, all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You didn't have to know. And now that I'm trying to make you know, you want to cry so we can end the conversation.
Okay, so this is high level creep. Back in 2018, Lovey Ajayi wrote an article about the weaponizing of white women's tears and how dangerous they are to black people. Now, some of you may be familiar with how the Tulsa massacre got started because of white women's tears, and how Emmett Till was murdered because of white women's tears. But during the Reconstruction era, there were many instances where black people were hung and black towns were burned to the ground because allegedly a white woman was attacked. As someone who is a mother of 2 black boys, I can tell you the tears of white women really do bother me. People have lost their lives and their freedom because white women know how to turn it on and turn it off when it's convenient.
I'm going to tag the creator below that was talking about this trend. So white women tears have gotten minorities murdered, lynched, thrown in prison, all on no additional evidence other than the fact that a white woman was crying. Historically, white women tears are literally deadly to minority populations. Emmett Till, Rosewood, the burning down of Black Wall Street. How did this all begin? Don't just take my word for it. Look it up on your own time. Answer white women tears. White women are very much enablers of the system of white supremacy, and they play their role effortlessly. And so what we're seeing with everything going on right now is the tears just doing what they were designed to do. They worked again. And this time we saw them work on the best of us, the most anti-racist of us.
White women tears has actually been a way of putting especially our brothers behind bars. These women, some of these pan-colored women have used their tears as a measure to put not only black men, but including black women into big troubles. And they have continued to actually use this as a weapon. They've used this because they know that the society favors them. They know that, and if they cry, like if they even scream, you will see people running towards them to actually know what is going on. But the reverse is always the case in terms of black women. Black women, we actually scream, shout, complain, but every other person will pretend as if nobody was actually asking for help. And for this lady to actually come up here to share this experience, she sharing it doesn't mean that she is the only person that, passed through this or her son. Rather, a lot of black men are in these shoes. Like, they got married to these women in public. They are always, trying not to offend these women. And these men, on the other hand, they are using this as a measure to keep these men, to continue doing whatsoever they want to do. This is why a lot of, black lady complain that a black man with a black woman would never tolerate stuffs from a black woman. Like, there is a level of tolerance when a black man is dating a black woman. But the reverse is always the case. When this black man is dating a pan-colored woman, you will find out that this same, attitude that a said black man often complain about a black woman, the same attitude this dude complains about a black woman is the same attitude he can take from a white woman. And this is the injustice I see in dating a fellow black man and dating outside of your race. Like, a black woman or a black man will not tolerate some kind of character from a black woman. But this same thing is something that they will actually tolerate from a pan-colored woman. So what now is the problem? There is this trend that was all over social media why the athletes, end up getting married to pan-colored women. What happens? Why they're not choosing black women? A lot of guys were stitching the video. A lot of, black men were like, black women can't put up, black women have attitude problem, black women are loud, black women are this, they don't want to stay with us, they don't want to struggle and all of that. But the same thing you're complaining about a black woman, you're still putting up that same thing with a pan-colored woman. Like, just make it make sense. And another thing is that these women has found out that they have more, the society is covering them, they have privilege and all of that. Like, there is a video that I staged, I think it was about last year, where this black man was able to come out and, you know, ask for help. He was like, my wife is trying to put me in trouble. This woman has been, you know, doing all sort of thing to me. He's actually, you know, a black man, but the wife filed for a divorce, cut it up on him, and he's about to be locked up. He went on live and trying to like call, you know, black people to come to his rescue. And Dr. Umar actually reacted to this video, and he was like, black people were like bashing him. I can't dispute the fact that you cannot find love anywhere. You can find love anywhere, and you all have the, you know, you are just free to fall in love anywhere you find yourself. But sometimes these women, I won't say all of them, most of them, they use it as a measure as well. Like, how can you, as a pan-colored woman, you know the way the society is, you know the way everything favors you, and you are dating a black man, and all of a sudden you have a little argument with your, you know, and you decide to create a scene in the public. Like, you wouldn't tell me that you don't know what you're calling for. If you so love this man, you shouldn't create a scene outside. Whatever it is, you should be able to pretend and do whatever you want to do in private. Because when you're doing stuff outside like this and trying to call on this guy, you are actually putting someone's son in danger. And if you're a young guy, you're a brother out there, you should be very careful with this kind of, you know, women. You know, find love anyway, integrate and all of that, but you should be very careful as well. Because a lot of women, pan-colored women specifically, have one way or the other, you know, done it to these guys. And another thing I noticed about some of these pan-colored women that, you know, eventually end up with black men is that most of them are actually doing it to get back at their parent. Because there's a video that I saw, like they were actually doing it to get back at their parent. They are doing it as a means of, okay, getting back to you. And I keep asking myself question, if I'm gonna go in a relationship with someone and I don't love this person, I'm doing it just to prove something to my parents. I don't see this relationship, you know, going further. I don't see that something that is gonna prevail. So if you're gonna go out with, you know, into a relationship, you should be aware of all of this, and, you know, ask your woman what you want from the relationship and all of that. I am not a relationship advocacy or whatever. I am not. I am just, you know, giving my own commentaries based on the woman as teach her video, because this is just so ironic. These women know that they are the ones at the top, so there's no point trying to create scene and end up putting someone's son in danger. And he's actually a biracial. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload.
Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.